What is up, guys? Welcome back to the All Sports Considered podcast, the show where we basically talk about a whole bunch of sports and confuse the hell out of you because we have no organizational system here, and we don't even know what we're going to say right before we say it.
Hell yeah.
As always, I'm your host, Dave. I talk basketball. I'm going to be talking football now because apparently our football guy has parents who don't want him putting his voice on the internet. So he's feeding us the information, and I'm reading it off my phone.
Yeah.
To my right this time, as opposed to the left last time, I have my main man, John.
What's up, man? What's up?
How's it going? Juan, yes. Yes, we're just going to call you Juan for the rest of the podcast.
It's the inside joke.
Until this thing dies, because we have 0 listeners and no one cares what we have to say.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You know, all the millions of listeners we have. You know, we have millions of listeners. What are you talking about?
Oh, we have, just everyone in the world listens
People
to this.
leaning on the edge of their seats.
We're so amazing, man.
To listen to our
we
stuff.
get so much. On my left, I got Ethan.
What's up, y'all? Hey, Oakley, how you like this so far?
Oh, shit.
I think we're actually going to get Oakley to listen.
No, probably not.
No, he wouldn't. So the theme today is we're going to be looking at underrated players. We're going to be thinking about who has the statistics that are really good but that people don't really look at. Like last time, we're going to be starting with basketball. First player on my list, Andre Roberson.
Oh, yeah.
So he's the shooting guard for the Thunder, and he is... Okay, so he's a terrible shooter. Let's get that out of the way. He shoots like 40 or 50% on free throws.
Oh, boy.
He 2 playoffs ago in a series against the Houston Rockets, he went like 2 for 19 from the line. It was really bad.
God.
But on defense, he is amazing. So the real way to look at it is look at the Thunder season before and after he went down with a season-ending injury. Before then, they had a really good defense, and after he went down, they didn't have a defense that could hang with anyone.
Right.
So without Andre Roberson, the Thunder this year just couldn't do anything. And they had Steven Adams, who's supposed to be a good defender, and Paul George, who's supposed to be a good defender.
Right.
Without Andre Roberson, who's lockdown,
Yeah.
they had nothing.
Right.
Andre Roberson is really good.
Right.
The next couple players I'm going to talk about are on my Wolves. Guards on my Wolves.
Yeah.
You know I got to bring my Wolves into this.
Oh, boy. Yep.
Tyus Jones and Derrick Rose. Tyus Jones, in my eyes, is the most underrated player in the league.
You always tell me about Tyus Jones.
I love Tyus Jones, man. He has his assist turnover ratio is top 5 in the league. It was like 4 or something. 4 assists for every turnover he had.
Yeah.
He comes in and you look at the advanced statistics. He was better than our starting point guard.
Really?
Tyus Jones, by advanced statistics, is a better point guard than Jeff Teague.
Jeff Teague.
He was one of our leaders in plus minus.
Well,
Jeff Teague is not that good.
yeah, I know.
We put in
That's
Jeff
why
Teague
I said that.
time and time again this
sarcastic.
season. I watched us and I looked at Jeff Teague and it's like, oh,
But he started.
okay, so what are you doing? He looked like he wanted to be like Russell Westbrook or Steph Curry out there.
Oof.
And it's like, we have 2 all-stars on this team. Stop just chucking it up as soon as you get the ball. When Tyus Jones came in, Tyus Jones is a pass-first point guard to the extent where his teammates have allegedly told him, go shoot, go score.
Right.
He's really good. I got to bring this in here. He won Duke a championship. In 2015, we won that national championship.
That's why you know about him.
I would know about him even if he hadn't won us that national championship. But the national championship is good. Now his younger brother is on Duke, hoping to repeat his success. Yeah.
Oh, wait.
We've got his little brother playing for us.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Nice.
So we also have 3 other even better freshmen.
Is he Tyus Jones
could
the
be
sequel?
What?
Is he Tyus Jones the sequel?
Trey Jones. Yeah, he's gonna be really good.
Nice.
But Duke has quite possibly 3 of the top 5 picks in the draft on their team, not including Trey Jones, who's going to be
because he
really
grabbed
good.
The top 3 recruits and just He just hoisted a middle finger up to the entire league. We're
we said
grabbing all 3.
Hey, so R.J. Barrett, best player in the country, and then we got Cam Reddish, best player in the country, and Zion Williamson, best dunker, quite possibly of all time, certainly best high school dunker in the past 10 or 15 years.
Huh.
I say best player in the country for RJ and Cam because RJ Barrett is Canadian.
Right.
And I got to just plug my Duke, man, you know.
No, of
but
course.
Getting back to my NBA underrated players, Tyus leads the team, he passes, he gets things going, and then Derrick Rose, I was not happy. I will say I was not happy when the Wolves signed him. But then he showed us, like, once he shook off the rust, he was a very good player.
Right.
So the Wolves have him, and then they have Taj Gibson, who was on the Bulls, and then they have Jeremy Butler, who was on the Bulls, and now they signed Luol Deng, who was on the Bulls, and Tom Thibodeau's our coach, who was on the Bulls. We are turning the Timberwolves into the Bulls. And if it was 2010, we would be favorites to win the championship.
Right.
And rumor has it, we're looking at Joakim Noah, who used to be on the Bulls.
Oh, really?
Rumor has it.
You guys just got a bunch of Bulls guys from like.
I hope we don't. I don't want Joakim Noah, but like, Jesus.
Because everybody loves his free throw.
We have good players. Don't turn us into the Bulls. None of those Bulls players are like still really that good. Locker room presence is great, but get us some good young players.
Yeah.
Because now our draft picks, our rookies are not going to get to play, and our second-year player who looked like he could be good is not going to get to play. Next player, and I need to get some Ethan opinions on this. I think this could be the most underrated player in the league, Marcus Smart.
He's the most underrated flopper in the league, I think.
Okay, shut up. No, he's a very stellar flopper, and that is well recognized across the league. His flopping skills are not underrated.
Marcus Smart.
But Ethan, what are your thoughts on Marcus Smart?
Well, I mean, over the past couple of years, he's getting a bunch of playing time, averaging roughly 10 points a game. You know, he's a good offensive player. He's a nice clutch player.
He's not that good.
I'm biased towards the Celtics. Every single person on that bloody team is a good offensive player.
Tremendous.
We had so many injuries and we still put up so much offense.
That was insane. Why was Brad Stevens not?
He had a 72.9 free throw percentage.
We're gonna say
that's
that's
horrible.
Okay.
Look at Andre Roberson's.
That's true.
You look at Marcus Smart. But Marcus Smart is just such a good defender. You watch him play, and he's a thick guard. And I watch him play. And there's like shooters. He goes up into shooters' faces and he pushes them off their spots.
So his block percentage is 1.2. He gets how many
percentage?
blocks? Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, I don't know if that's good.
I don't know. I just looked up a random stat. I'm on a Basketball Reference right now.
Well, Basketball Reference can give you all kinds of stats that you can't put into any sort of context.
Yeah.
You should use a more reliable source like ESPN.
Actually, no. Basketball Reference is more reliable than ESPN. Okay. Basketball Reference is probably the most reliable.
Yeah, Basketball Reference is great. But, okay. Yeah, so let's see. Field goal percentage is okay.
What do you got for
points?
What is his field goal percentage?
Last year he had 10 points per game, 0.4 blocks a game,
than I thought.
1.3 steals a game. That's one to take notice. Total rebounds per game is
Scroll down to advanced
3.5.
statistics. What was his defensive box plus minus?
Defensive blocks plus minus.
Probably wasn't outstanding because the Celtics, every player on that team plays good defense.
1.1.
1.1. Yeah, that's not as elite as you might expect.
Offensive blocks plus minus was negative 1.6.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, okay. I don't want to bash on your guy, but he does seem pretty good.
No, Marcus Smart is good. It's just his stats aren't going to look amazing because the Celtics, overall, best defense in the league. And so it takes a lot to stand out amongst a bunch of other really good defenders. But if you watch him play, like, players will tell you that they hate to play against Marcus Smart. He just does the dirty plays, the dirty things.
He's the henchman. He was
all
rookie.
That came out wrong. He does not go out and trip people. But the best thing he did this year, the Celtics were playing the Rockets, and he went out at the end of the game and drew 2 offensive fouls out of James Harden on inbound
James
plays.
Harden's face after that was...
James Harden was
awesome.
Pissed.
The beard.
He deserved the MVP that he won.
Yeah.
But man, was he mad.
He was like, "You have upset the beard. You shall get consequences for your actions."
Well, see, James Harden, I feel like, doesn't deal with being mad as well as some other guys. You make LeBron mad, you make Russell Westbrook mad, they're just going to go and dunk on you.
Right.
You make James Harden mad, and I'm not sure he's going to...
You make Draymond Green mad, he'll fight you.
Do not dare make Draymond Green mad.
Yeah.
Even if he's not mad at you, he'll still kick you in the nuts.
You make KD mad, and
I don't
hate
like
Draymond.
You make KD mad, and he'll forget to switch to his burner account and try to
If y'all haven't heard about that, Kevin Durant has defended himself on Twitter in the third person from his own account. So it seems all but certain that he has burners that he just forgot to switch to.
Oh my god, yes.
Next guy on this list, and John, you might have opinions on this if you watched any of the Blazers series this year. Drew Holiday.
Yeah, I agree.
He
I
locked
agree.
Dame down in that playoff series.
Yeah, no, I was like, who is this guy? He is like shutting us down.
Exactly.
What's going on here?
But he's been actually very good for years.
Yeah.
He was the Pelicans' arguably second best player this year. Certainly the second best player after DeMarcus Cousins went down, but arguably even their second best player before he went down with injury. And like for the season as a whole, he was more valuable.
Right.
Because, Boogie only played like half the year. He blew out his Achilles, then he signed with the Golden State Warriors, and oh my god, now we have 5 All-Stars on one team.
I can't believe that.
That is like...
That just, yeah.
Speaking of the Warriors, next up on my list is Klay Thompson. I feel like when people are talking about the Warriors, they don't bring up Klay because he's just such a chill guy and he's not always in the spotlight. But Klay Thompson, if you put him on another team, can be like Jimmy Butler, Paul George, lead a team to the playoffs, and with another star, lead the team like deep in the playoffs.
Yeah, let's see. Field goal percentage almost like 5, so 4.8.
Yeah, which is really good for a guard. He shoots like what 43%
His effective
from 3.
field goal percentage is 585.
That's really good.
That's really good. 20 points per game. Let's see, 2 assists per game. So
the assists could go up, especially on the Warriors. Pass to someone, they're gonna put the ball in the basket.
Steph gets all the assists because he's a point guard. He gets to feed to
And KD
now Boogie Cousins he gets to feed to.
Yeah, and KD and oh my god, but Klay Thompson, believe it or not. Considering how long Steph and KD have been in the spotlight on the Warriors, you'd think one of them would be the Warriors' single-game scoring record, but no, it's Klay.
It's Klay.
And Klay did it in, he scored 60 points in 3 quarters. He sat out the 4th quarter of that game.
That's insane.
He did 60 points 3 quarters. So, you think about it,
he
was roughly on pace to break Kobe's record and be the second leading scorer, have the second most points in a single game of all time.
Right.
Behind Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. And if you listen to the conspiracy theorists, there's no footage of his 100-point game. So if you listen to the conspiracy theorists, they could say, maybe Wilt never scored 100.
Like
but
the Alex Jones of
I don't know.
NBA.
Oh, God. Thank God he got banned from Twitter, man.
The freaking frogs came.
Shut up. We will not get political in a sports podcast.
Yeah.
Next up, CJ McCollum.
Yeah.
CJ is, 20, 25 a game? A very good supporting star for Dame Lillard.
Yeah, he got 21 points last year a game, so yeah. And
he's been very good. He's undersized, but he can play point guard. He just doesn't because Damian Lillard is all NBA and CJ McCollum is not quite all-star.
Yeah.
But he's right on that next step down from all-stars. He's very good. Yeah. He can do a lot of things that that almost any other player can't do.
He gets a steal a game.
He played for Lehigh, didn't he?
His effective field goal percentage is
506. I wasn't old enough to be paying attention back then, but I'm pretty sure he walked through Duke in the first round at the NCAA tournaments on Lehigh. Was it Lehigh or Mercer?
It was Lehigh. Lehigh.
Lehigh. How do you know that was fun to watch? You wouldn't have even. Would you?
I watched a highlights of it, and I was like,
yeah, I'm not going to.
Yeah.
Next up, Spencer Dinwiddie. I spent a lot of time watching the Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie on the Nets.
Dinwiddie.
So, I spent a lot of time watching the Nets this year because I wanted to see if Jahlil Okafor was going to get playing time. He didn't. He's now, unsigned and isn't probably ever going to make it back to the league.
Right. But
Spencer Dinwiddie, when D'Angelo Russell went down with injury and when Jeremy Lin went down with injury, I feel like Jeremy Lin played 1 game in 2 years with the Nets.
Yeah.
He was that injured.
He had his 5 minutes of fame.
And now he's on, the Hawks, playing behind Trae Young. Dinwiddie was, he stepped up, and he led that Nets team. And he played really well on that Nets team. And now he's on, is he still on the Nets?
Yeah, he's still on the
Nets. And did the Nets also get, Shabazz Napier?
I think so.
Yeah, he was also really good as a backup for the Blazers this year.
Let's see. Oh, he got 12 points, 6 assists.
Yeah.
On let's see, how many minutes? 28 minutes.
But the real thing was he was leading that Nets team.
That's true.
He stepped up, and the Nets weren't god awful this year.
They were just awful.
Yeah, but they weren't they weren't tanking because
they
didn't
weren't
have
Suns
the pick.
level awful.
This year, the Nets really should tank.
Yeah,
because this is the first year that they finally have their pick.
Oh god, they traded them all to the Celtics, right?
Yeah, so tank and get R.J. Barrett, get Cam Reddish. I hate to say it, but get Nasir Little from UNC.
Oh yeah.
Get Zion Williamson and get people. Actually, Zion might be the best guy they could draft because they're in Brooklyn,
right?
Which is New York, and so they've got national attention.
Right.
So get a highlight guy like Zion Williamson. Get some hype in there. Take away that hype from the Knicks and get some Knicks fans over to the Barclays Center. Is that where they play?
Yeah, the Barclays
I think it is.
Center.
Yeah, they have they already get the draft there, and the draft is there every year. A bunch of big events are there. So get a really a good highlight player that gets the fans out there to watch.
Right.
And then that'd be good.
Right.
Next up on my list is not a player, it's an organization. The Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, I would say that.
They took LeBron to 7 games this year. Victor Oladipo really stepped up. He himself is not underrated, but the organization around him is. They've got some really good backup players. They just signed Tyreek Evans, which is going to be really big because I think he could step up and he could score a lot, but also he could be a really good playmaker for them.
Right.
And then the real key, I think, to the whole Pacers organization, can Miles Turner step up and grow into his potential?
Right.
Because he looked really good. He had a lot of potential. He can he blocks a lot of shots, and he can shoot threes as a center. And so he's what you're looking for in a modern player. And a lot of people were expecting him to step up this year. And I think someone in our fantasy league last year drafted him really high because he was ranked 20, top 30 fantasy players because people were expecting him to step up, but it was Oladipo instead. But he could step up and turn into a 20 and 10 guy. And if he does that and becomes that second star for the Pacers organization, the Pacers can be something.
Right.
Yeah. I could see the Pacers being as high as 4th or even 3rd, depending on if Kawhi's actually truly hurt.
Right.
3rd or 4th in the East is what the Pacers could do this year.
And also because the East has a lot less talent than the West, so there's less competition.
So it's going to be the Sixers and the Celtics will be the top 2 teams. And then the Raptors will probably be way up there if if Kawhi is healthy and he can gel with that team.
Yeah.
And I've seen it suggested by people who are close to Kawhi that he might actually not leave Toronto for LA.
Really?
Yeah. LA didn't pull the trigger on Paul George and he went to OKC and he's staying in OKC. They didn't pull the trigger on Kawhi. And now Kawhi might stay away from them too. The Lakers really need to just step up and stop waiting for free agency.
Right.
But yeah, Indiana could be good.
Right.
And they have experience in the playoffs. They took LeBron to 7 games
in
the first round.
Yeah.
Who takes LeBron to 7 games in the first round?
That's right.
Considering the guys he played in the second round who had just won a franchise number of games, he beat in 4. But the East, outside of the top few teams, the East is awful, but there's some good talent in those top few teams. I still say, though, the Celtics are walking to the finals. The Celtics just have too much talent. No one's even sure what their starting lineup's going to be.
If everybody's healthy, then I agree with you.
What do you think?
I think I disagree just because with our luck with injuries last year, we're going to get some more injuries this year. I know it. I can feel it. I can feel it.
You have that medicine.
The real question is, will Kyrie leave after this year?
Well, if he goes to the Knicks, I'm going to be...
Well, I've seen it suggested he and Jimmy Butler want to play together. And
if they go
I don't
to the
think
Knicks,
that's happening. That can't happen in Boston, I don't think. That sure can't happen in Minnesota. The Knicks will have 2 max slots.
Right.
So you put the Knicks in, so you've got Kyrie and Jimmy Butler and Kristaps Porzingis and Enes Kanter, and the Knicks are going to actually be good.
Oh,
the Knicks could actually be good with them.
People booed Kristaps Porzingis?
Oh, man.
That was so funny.
People were booing him on draft night, and now they're like, oh, man, he's so good.
It's just that the Knicks,
get well soon. He tore his ACL. I really like watching him play, though. I hope he comes back stronger, but guys don't always come back.
You
from
know who
ACLs
I really
to be
don't
strong.
like watching
Who?
play? Jabari Bird.
Oh God!
3 points per game.
And then he
and
got
after this,
arrested for like strangling his girlfriend.
Oh God, yeah, he's like Roberto Ozuna of NBA. You know?
he was charged with domestic assault, strangulation, and kidnapping.
Oh boy!
What a gentleman and a scholar.
Man,
You know?
it just you hate to see stuff like this.
Yeah.
These guys have like everything, and they still go out here and make these stupid mistakes.
No,
Yep.
I remember there was this one player, one NBA player. He gambled away all his money, and he was like in $1 million in debt.
MJ?
No, it wasn't MJ. It was
Gilbert
like
Arenas?
I think so. It was one of those guys, and he was like
Gilbert
$1 million in debt. How are you so stupid with your money?
There are idiots.
You know?
There are guys who win the lottery, and
Yeah.
within 5 years, they're back on the streets.
Right, they're back to broke. Yeah.
Because this one guy, he won the lottery, and what he did with his money,
Yeah.
he started running demolition derbies in his backyard.
Demolition.
He bought cars to crash into each other.
You can't make this up, man.
There's
This is-
idiots in this world.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got on this line of conversation. We gotta bring it
Yeah, I
back.
don't know.
Next on my list, I had to plug him, JJ Redick. So, JJ Redick, you can laugh all you want, but he is one of the best shooters in the league.
Right.
He's Duke's all-time leading scorer, which a lot of people don't know.
Right.
People will think like, oh, Grant Hill, Christian Laettner, maybe like
No. Judge Redick.
no, it's JJ. JJ Redick goes out there and he hits threes, and he just had the best season of his career at like 34 or 35.
Right.
He went out, he scored like 17 a game for the Sixers. He shot over 40% from three. He's really good. And he provides leadership. And this could just end up leading to like he's really good.
Yeah.
One thing I want to see though, LeBron James needs shooters, right? We've established that.
Yeah.
He's also never won a championship without having a Duke player on roster. Get him JJ Redick.
Yeah.
LeBron needs to work with JJ Redick. He's a shooter, and he's a Dookie.
Yeah.
It's perfection.
Yeah, you can feed the ball to LeBron, and LeBron just slam it.
No. LeBron drives and finds JJ Redick open for three.
Oh, true.
And if JJ Redick is open for three,
Yeah.
JJ Redick's making that three. He's the only guy where I've never seen him take a shot that I said there is no chance that's going in. If he pulls up from half court, I'm like, okay, that ball has got a really good chance of going in.
Yeah, it's like.
Next, Chris Middleton.
Oh yeah, I had him on my fantasy team. He was pretty
He
good.
probably did good things
Yeah.
for you. He's
Oh yeah.
He's Giannis's second star. He hit from just inside half court against the Celtics in like game 1 to send it to overtime with like less than a second.
Yeah. 20 points a game.
Yeah,
last year.
he plays on the level of an all-star without being an all-star. And the really good thing about him, if you need him to score 30 points, he'll score 30 points. If you need him to score 5 points and give Giannis the ball, he will score 5 points and give Giannis the ball.
Right.
He plays really well, and he's the perfect backup star to Giannis.
Yeah, his effective field goal percentage is 52.4.
Yeah.
Just to look at that, his field goal percentage is 46.6, which is actually pretty good.
Also, I just need the Bucks to step it up, man.
Yeah.
You
They got
cannot
Giannis and
waste a
Chris.
player like Giannis.
Yeah.
You got Giannis, you got Chris Middleton, but Eric Bledsoe is just the wrong player because he's good enough that you can't justify not using him,
Yeah.
but he's just, you need a better point guard.
Right.
But I don't know, because Giannis has to have the ball. So
yeah.
how do the Bucks build a roster around that?
They gotta get somebody who's assist heavy.
My thinking is the Bucks need a better bench. They need to invest in a bench.
I guess. Yeah.
Get
That would be a better
Giannis some shooters, because the Bucks are one of the worst shooting teams in the organization.
Right.
Chris Middleton is the only shooter on roster.
That's
They
true.
have they hit some of the fewest threes at the worst percentage. It starts with Giannis because Giannis can't shoot. The fact that Giannis scores almost 30 a game without being able to shoot is wild. If this kid develops a jumper, I don't know if people agree with me, but I think right now Giannis is 22 or 23. I think he has a shot if he works hard, which it looks like he does. I think he has a shot at being the GOAT. It's too early to tell, but if he stays
it's a little
healthy
too
for
early
his
to tell.
career,
Well,
if he stays healthy, he's already at 22 or 23. scoring 28 a game.
That's true.
He is my pick for MVP this year. I have him stepping up
You think
and
he has
winning
all the
MVP.
tools to do it?
I thought he had the tools to do it this year.
Yeah.
He started out the season as like the favorite.
He's definitely going to be good. I agree with
I
you that.
need
I don't
him.
know about GOAT.
I need to
because
draft
there's
him
a lot
in
of good
fantasy.
basketball players out there, you know.
Oh yeah.
The MJ LeBron debate, you know. Just that alone.
Yeah, we spent an episode on my YouTube channel where John and I just yelled at each other for like 10 minutes about, is it MJ, is it LeBron?
Yeah.
I say LeBron, he says MJ. I say he's wrong. You're wrong
say you're
too.
wrong.
So you're both wrong.
Yeah. I bet Dave's gonna get the last word here. Yep.
It's my podcast. I can have the last word.
Oh,
I can
boy.
add in later in editing. I can
it's our podcast. What are you talking about?
Yeah, true. But
Yeah.
I can add in later in editing. Oh, by the way, it's LeBron. and they agree. They just won't say it.
Cleveland, this is for you.
Next up.
I don't like LeBron.
Really? Why?
I honestly, I don't like him.
Why?
He's
Yeah, I think he's a good
he's
guy.
annoying.
How's he annoying?
Well,
He's not. He's like, he sort of reminds me of A-Rod without the drugs.
Okay,
no, he's not nearly as bad as A-Rod. Like,
He's-
A-Rod
so,
is, like...
LeBron's also doing just...
A-Rod is so
LeBron's
bad.
doing amazing things for the community, though.
Right. Well,
That I Promise school is quite possibly the best thing an NBA player has ever done for the community.
You know, I saw those things like, why is D-Rose copying LeBron? I'm like, please, copy LeBron.
Yes.
This is a good thing.
Some, I forget who, maybe Bismack Biyombo, some guy on the Magic, also did it. And I was like, I don't know who you are, but thank you.
Yeah.
Kids need education in
Right.
these underfunded areas.
Yeah.
There was like this thing in, I forget what city, it might have been Chicago, where like the cops just had a truck full of shoes that they left open so that when kids they were trying to set up these kids so they could put these kids in jail.
What?
I'm like, what are you doing?
That's just...
That is the worst possible thing.
That's
like,
just evil.
So these kids who are underprivileged, they need someone to go out there and help them. And if these players can go out there and set up a school like LeBron did, LeBron is not only giving these kids a great education, he's like helping their parents get job training, and he's gonna like pay for their college educations.
Yeah.
This is great.
Like,
this.
On the character debate, LeBron, like, just destroys MJ. I mean, MJ
without
gambles.
question. MJ stayed up till 3 or 4 in the morning on a game day.
Gambling.
And
I mean...
He was once seen, it was like during the finals, it was a game in Chicago, I think.
Really?
He was seen in Salt Lake City at 4 in the morning gambling.
Oh, God. It's on, like, the high rollers table,
Yeah.
like, losing millions.
If LeBron is seen at 4 in the morning, he's working out.
Yeah. Taking jobbers.
Like Kobe is seen at 4 in the morning, he's working out.
Apparently he's already a little bit overweight.
Yeah,
which is a little sad.
but...
Well, I mean, he's not really that much overweight. I think we should... Because he's, like... He used to be, like really... Like, just really... Like, now he's just normal looking.
Is Kobe going to come out of retirement? Conspiracy?
Kobe
going to unretire? His wife is saying he's not. But I don't think Kobe himself has said he's not.
I don't think he's going to disobey his wife.
Well...
No.
I don't know, it depends.
That ain't happening.
Let me... Hang on, let me just look up who his wife is.
No, there's no way he's disobeying his wife. That does not fly.
I mean, most guys won't... Oh yeah, no, she's hot, never mind. He's not going to disobey her.
Whoa!
Sorry,
Hey.
I knew I was going to take flack for saying that. I was just like, Anyway, next on my list, the Morris twins. Marcus Morris and Markieff Morris. They play well. They go out and play hard. Marcus Morris looked really good for the Celtics this year. He started some games to give them more lineup versatility. But yeah, the Morrises generally go out and play really well. I don't know that much about them. Kelly Oubre on the Wizards. He plays hard. We live in DC, so I hear a lot of people like raving about how good Kelly Oubre is. I think he's okay. He goes out there. He's a good young player. He defends well. I'm just trying to hit players because we're already like a half hour in. And
let's see. He had an effective field goal percentage of .499, so pretty much 5. So that's meh.
He's a power forward, so that's not good.
Field goal percentage .429. I mean, it could be better.
He's pretty good as
His
a backup.
rebounds,
He's
5.4 and 26 minutes played, 13.6 points. He gets his block turnovers. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Anyway, he's good for a backup.
He's okay.
Julius Randle, Played really well for the Lakers. Scored like 18 a game. He's now on the Pelicans. He's going to play well. People don't really know about him because like when they were watching the Lakers, they were like, oh, Lonzo Ball.
Yeah.
Kyle Kuzma. Well, no. And another Laker that I want to talk about, Brandon Ingram, who I think Brandon Ingram is my pick this year for the second best player on that team.
Right.
I think he's going to be this year's D-Wade or Kyrie for LeBron. He's going to be this year's like, okay, well, if LeBron's not going to score, I'm going to go out there and score.
Right.
Because someone's got to do it. He showed amazing growth this year. And the real trick, if he puts on weight, some weight, because he's super skinny.
Yeah.
But if he puts on some weight so he can go out there and bang with them, like he'll be good. He tends to lay the ball in around the basket instead of what?
Bang with them. Sorry.
Shut up.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Yes, he fucking smashes everyone. No. What do you think goes on in these locker rooms? I've seen video of like Anthony Davis, and I don't know why this is on the internet, but Anthony Davis in like the Kentucky locker room, naked, getting spanked. I don't know. That's like a thing.
That's like worse than the cross country
basketball.
team.
Yeah, no, the cross country team is something.
Yeah.
But basketball locker rooms are something else.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I'm just gonna quick run here. Trevor Ariza. Played well for the Rockets. He's a really good defender, great role player. He can shoot some. The Rockets are really going to miss having him this year. But, hey, they replaced him with Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, that's true.
Who has never been actually that good. He's overrated his whole career.
Yeah. You know what's also overrated, though? I'm gonna just go on a tangent here.
Yeah.
It's not basketball, but the SEC. The SEC is overrated. I mean, okay, so the only good schools in the SEC are Georgia, Alabama, Auburn. Those are good schools. Texas A&M is good sometimes. But then they got South Carolina, Missouri.
Well,
I mean, Kentucky's good in basketball, but they had a 5-7 record last year. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Anyway,
De'Aaron Fox and the rest of the Sacramento Kings' future. The Sacramento Kings actually have, they look good. Marvin Bagley is going to be great. De'Aaron Fox is, according to Scottie Pippen, better than Lonzo Ball.
Right.
He looks good. He was hurt this year and wasn't the starter for a lot of the year, so he didn't quite live up to his potential, but he's one of the fastest guys in the league.
Right.
He's a good defender, and he just looks good. Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets. Nikola Jokic is quite possibly the best passing big man the game has ever seen. It looks like he has eyes in the back of his head. He can shoot. He's got a really good floater.
I see.
The Nuggets are going to be good.
Them
Jamal
nuns.
Murray, I think they still have Will Barton, Isaiah Thomas, Michael Porter Jr., they got him as a steal, Paul Millsap, Nikola Jokic. I think they still have Mason Plumlee.
Yeah.
The Nuggets are promising. They're going to break their playoff drought. They've been like the 9th seed for at least 2 years now. Couple more things. Utah Jazz. They were good this year. I think they'll have the second best defense in the league
Jazz was really good last year.
They added Grayson Allen, who's going to be a really good piece off the bench for them. You can
Grayson
laugh
Allen.
because he's my Duke guy, but no. So think about it. He provides shooting, and he doesn't need the ball in his hands.
Let's see, Grayson Allen.
He plays hard, provides shooting. He doesn't need the ball. Who else do you want to have on that Jazz team?
Soapy stops.
The Jazz are good, but what they aren't is deep. They played like a 6 or 7 man rotation last year. So adding Grayson Allen to the rotation, he can shoot from deep. He's athletic, and he'll do what you need. He doesn't need the ball.
He gets that 1.7.
And then one last thing, a guy who just retired, who is underrated for his whole career, Manu Ginobili.
Yes, Manu Ginobili. Dude, he's so good.
Manu was great. He won Argentina. He led Argentina in 2004 to the gold medal. They beat the U.S. It was completely embarrassing for the United States. John's Argentine. Yeah, we get it. Yeah.
I think we didn't understand how much we liked him until he retired.
Yeah, I didn't know I liked Manu until I made a documentary on him on my YouTube channel. Go check it out. Yes.
Crazy Devils.
Yes.
He's got like 40 followers, everyone. Some good content.
I got 175 subs.
When I followed you.
When you subbed, yeah. But yeah, Manu, he was really good. No one really knew about him as much.
The big three, right?
But yeah, of the big three, like Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu was the one who was willing to come off the bench.
Right. He was clutch.
Speaking of that, Dirk is now willing to come off the bench.
Yes.
For the
Apparently,
Mavs.
Dirk is...
And Manu was so clutch.
But he's
And the
willing to
Mavs-
do whatever they want him to do.
Yeah, and the Mavs are going to do... Honestly, the Mavs will do what Dirk wants them to do. This is like his 21st year now. Which I think is now an NBA record for the most time. It's certainly the most time with a franchise, but I think it's the most time anyone's played. He and Vince Carter.
He made them relevant.
He made the Mavs good, and he won them that championship over LeBron.
Right.
By almost single-handedly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He carried them to the...
So, yeah, that's what I've got for basketball.
Okay.
We're going to send it into baseball now.
Oh, baseball? I thought we were doing football.
We're going to do baseball first because we don't have as much football,
All right,
and I need
baseball.
to go get a drink.
Okay,
you guys want drinks?
I'll take a drink.
All right.
You want a drink, John?
Yeah, sure. Yes, please.
cool.
Water.
Now you can go walk away, and we're going to talk about baseball.
Y'all can talk
That's
baseball.
the ball. Okay. So, the AL, it's pretty much decided. I mean, okay, so there's the Red Sox, let's see, let me pull up my baseball stats
The
here.
Red Sox right here, we already have 101 wins. Yankees are 9.5 games out.
Ooh, the Baltimore Orioles, 105 losses.
105 losses. And Dave over here was sitting here wondering, will the Orioles finish with a win percentage under 300? I think they will.
Yeah, no, they're way under, like
286
That's
under
bad.
300.
That's
is
really
insane.
bad. And Cleveland has pretty much already iced the Central. I mean, who does he have to deal with? I mean, Minnesota.
Cleveland.
When is Minnesota's done
Minnesota's going to be eliminated if they lose one more game. So if they have
Everybody
to
else
win the
already-
next 12 games, I think there's roughly 12 to 15 left in the season to have a shot. And then Cleveland would have to lose 12 straight games.
And then there's the three stooges of the AL is the Baltimore White Sox and Royals. They all haven't gotten 60 wins, and Baltimore hasn't even gotten 50. Hasn't even gotten 45. So there's that.
If we're saying who hasn't gotten 60 wins yet, let's also add in those wonderful Marlins and Padres.
Oh
in the
boy!
NL.
I thought the Marlins were going to be worse than they are.
Oh, yeah,
but
here's the one.
But they had a couple of guys that just came off. They just kind of stepped up. Justin Bauer. As assistants. Oh God, no, not him. Justin Bauer as.
Swear real quickly.
I think he was a really underrated player. Let me look up his stats.
Fuck you! I have to go right now. I'm sorry. Fuck you. Bye.
You got water right there.
Thank you.
Anyway, keep it going.
All right, let's keep it going here. Let's see.
To anyone who didn't know what that was, I got a scam call from someone I don't know who is.
Real Muto
I
is
was
still on the
just
Marlins, right?
bringing it up.
Well, Real Muto has been like.
Real Muto, here, catcher,
Good
right?
God.
Let's just think about this. Nationals, right? Catcher Wilson Ramos goes to the Phillies. We're gonna keep Matt Wieters and Pedro Severino because that's a good job.
Matt Wieters. He sucks. He's a good defensive. He's like Carson Kelly in the Cardinals. He's a good defender.
Yeah.
But his offense is just...
And Pedro Severino's offense is bad too. They're both batting like 250 and under. And then you have JT Realmuto, I think he's batting roughly 270 to 290 in that range. The Nationals could have gotten him. They're like, screw this. Here, you stay on the Marlins.
That kind of reminds me of the Cardinals had the option between Daniel Murphy and Matt Adams, and we're like, hey, let's just give Murphy to the Cubs. Let's take Matt Adams instead.
So with saying this, Matt Adams a few years back hit 2 homers off of the Cardinals on the Nats.
That's true.
Then he comes on the Cardinals and hits 2 homers on the Nats. 2 homers on the Cardinals.
It's like,
off the Nats. So he's like,
well then.
He hurt you and he's like, here, I'm paying you back.
I'm paying you back.
You
Yeah. And apparently Greg Holland is okay now, so that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to talk about a really underrated team is the Rays. I mean, they're 20 games back, but they're like 14 games over 500.
I know.
And they've got a ton of good players like Blake Snell.
Exactly.
And
one really sad thing? They've already been eliminated.
I know.
They were eliminated 2 days ago, but they recently got another win. I think, to be honest, if you're 14 games over 500, but you're in a division that is so competitive.
Yeah.
Because right now, let's say the Rays. What if the Rays were in the AL Central? Then they'd be second behind the Indians.
Yeah,
and that would be
an actual race. That would actually be fun to watch. Yeah. Whereas this, crap show here, they got, Joey Wendell has been pretty good this year. Also, Malik Smith batting over 300.
Yep.
You know, and let's see, Joey Wendell's stats. He's been batting .293. This guy Wilson Ramos batting .297 with .834
And
OPS.
also note Matt Duffy, 296.
Oh yeah. Matt Duffy's been pretty underrated too. I mean, they got a bunch of good guys, and they also picked up. We let go of Tommy Pham because of clubhouse issues, but they picked him up, and he's been pretty good.
Yeah.
He's been 319 with a 954 OPS, which is like really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know, I mean, they've also just like started winning a lot recently.
So Juan, how many games are there left in the season?
Let's see. I don't want to do math, but
Juan.
80 plus 66. That's 146 games. So that means there's probably like there's 16 games left.
So do you think
Less than a month.
that does anyone here think that the Yankees can lose 6 games in that span and be eliminated from the postseason?
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be
I hate
wonderful.
the Yankees.
Because I would just love to see the Red Sox in here, so we don't have to compete with the salty Yankees fans. Fuck all you Yankees fans out there. I'm sorry.
It's like
I have to do
like,
that.
We
It's like
have
the-
differences, but it's like that meme of like those two burly guys like holding together. It's like Cardinals fans, Red Sox fans. We both hate the Yankees, or
It's like
any
Cardinals
baseball team.
hate the Cubs. We hate the Yankees. My family doesn't hate the Cardinals. We just when
They're kinda
the
neutral.
Red Sox and the Cardinals clash in the World Series, it's always fun.
Oh yeah, it's always
That's why
it's
we
a
have
good
really good
game.
matchups.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're tied now. You know,
Mhm.
it'd be kind of interesting. You know,
To see, I think
another clash. And the
2018 still has a shot at being Cardinals Red Sox, but
Yeah.
the Cardinals have to step up. NL
Yeah.
Central, and it's really close. It's a really fun race right now because the Cubs are on top, and I do not like the Cubs because there are a few kids that go to our school that like the Cubs that I'm about. But I've never liked the Cubs. I was a big fan of Back to the Future too. Never liked the Cubs.
No, I hate the Cubs. But definitely they're easily the best division in the NL. I mean, what do they have to compete with? I mean, Atlanta. I mean,
Yeah,
come on.
well, in my opinion, I think that the Rockies, because right now the Rockies.
Oh yeah,
in
the
our
Rockies
West,
are good.
They've won 81 games. I understand the Cubs have won 86, but I just think the Cubs in their last 10, they're 5-5.
Yeah.
I want to take note that the Brewers in their last 10 are 8-2, and the Brewers are
Yeah, the
1.5
Brewers are
games out. So they just have to put on some extra fire and they can get through.
Yeah, I mean the Rockies they have Nolan Arenado.
Yes,
For
yes
Christ's
they do.
sake.
Trevor
You know?
Story.
Oh yeah, those guys are. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say this: Nolan Arenado is underrated.
Yes,
Because
yes,
you know
he is.
everybody's like, Bryce Harper or
Well,
whatever.
I think
Bryce
Bryce
Harper's
Harper-
good, but
Bryce Harper, see, I want to say out to everyone here, my favorite NL team is still the Nationals, and I'm not hating on Harper here. The only reason Harper started for the All-Star game is because he's popular.
Right.
That's the only reason. He was absolute
agree.
shit. After the All-Star game,
I
he started
completely
getting
agree.
better and better and better. But, I mean, he does not deserve to start.
right.
What are we reading?
Oh, yeah.
Can you incorporate that in any way? Just wondering.
Oh
But
yeah,
anyways-
it's pretty good though. Like the wild card race is insane.
Absolutely
Right
insane.
now.
But it's way more fun in the NL or
Yeah.
also AL West, I might add,
Yeah.
is a very, very fun race.
Yeah.
Just because I despise the Astros. I hate the Astros with every inch and fiber of my being. I despise them.
I don't like him either.
I know why.
Do you?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also,
I don't know
just
why
like
either.
that-
I have the same reasons.
I don't really like the color orange for a sports team that much. I just don't think it clashes that well. Like orange and dark blue, I just don't like it because it's mainly orange. I think if it was primarily the dark blue and then have like orange lettering, I think that'd be okay. But just
Speaking of
I
orange
remember.
not working, Clemson's colors,
I just
orange and
orange.
purple.
Oh boy.
Orange and purple does not work.
You know, I've always found that teams that wear like black and orange are always bad.
Mhm.
Cleveland Browns. I mean, well, they're kind of like that.
I'm gonna bring that up later.
But
when we go into football after baseball.
like when I lived in Oregon, the Beavers they sucked the whole time. They suck now too.
Oregon still has the Ducks. The Ducks are, I might add, are
they're
good
not good.
college football team.
They're
pretty good.
Speaking of the Ducks, running.
Oh yeah, the Ducks.
Gotta love Oregon running.
Basketball and football come and go with the Ducks, but the Ducks always have running. Always.
If I don't think there's a powerhouse in college running quite like Oregon.
Right. I mean,
all the good runners go there.
Who else, right? But
So
Let's
do
see.
the Jamaicans see, like, so the Jamaicans have their green and yellow flag, and they see Oregon with their green and yellow jersey, so they want to go to Oregon.
it's like,
because they match it up, so now they have fast people.
I don't know.
I don't know much about running at all.
Without wanting to stereotype too much, Jamaica's good at sprinting, but generally they're not great at distance. Kenya's the country with the best distance runners.
I knew
Ethiopia.
It's apparently just one tribe in Kenya too that lives high in the mountains. That is like really good. That produces all of the top runners.
But
I should ask my
I feel like
cousins
Oregon's
about that.
more of a distance team than a sprint team. So it's
by far.
not as much.
Oh, by
what
far.
you said.
You know, Steve Prefontaine. You know, going back to those
Oh, did
days.
Prefontaine really?
Oh God, he was good. He was insane. But
Put the cup up there.
Yep.
I don't want that next to computers. Speaking of Prefontaine, at yesterday's pep rally,
oh yes,
our cross-country captain went out dressed as Prefontaine.
I saw him in the hallway. I was like,
It
yes,
was
yes,
great.
yes, yes.
He went so into it that I barely recognized who it was.
I know.
He said
It was
hi to me
insane.
in the halls, and it took me a minute to figure out who it was. It was actually great.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Like,
Oh, we're gonna incorporate running into this podcast
Of
whenever
course.
we do because
But-
John and I are both runners out here. How's the injury recovery going?
you know, it's doing better, but like I need to start doing the exercises again.
Stop being a broken boy.
Yeah, I know. But
I got to
let's-
meet today.
Let's get back to the wild card race. The AL wild card race is done. I mean, the Indians are 7.5 games out. The 8 point.
believe right now that the one wild card to watch right now are the Oakland A's. Again, 1.5 games back of the
I would say the
Astros.
Oakland A's.
Let's hope they dethrone them, even though, again, I'm not a big fan of the A's either. So, for folks who don't know, I was born in California. That gives a big range of teams for me to like, but also dislike. For example, if I used to be a Giants fan when I was younger. You know who the Giants rival? The fucking A's. So I don't want the A's to win either.
Oh, you used to be a Giants fan.
See, I have like a long list of teams, but I have so many I can choose from. Because people like to say I'm bandwagon. They're like, okay, what's your favorite NFL team? I don't really have one. They're like, pick one. I'm like, Patriots. Okay, you're bandwagon. Well, my cousins live there. I could also say Seahawks. My aunt and uncle live there.
In Portland, yeah.
Yep, bandwagon.
Seahawks.
Totally.
I know exactly,
Yeah.
right? Boom, boom.
Seahawks.
Yeah. Can you just go with the Seahawks though? Because I hate the Patriots.
I don't care.
Yeah, please.
I'm a fan of
Please,
the
go with the
NFL,
Seahawks. Then
but
we
I
can
don't
talk
like.
about the Seahawks.
Like I'd do the Browns with you.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
care.
actually like I started out being a Browns fan as a joke, but now I am legitimately a Browns fan.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's insane.
So how did Farhan feel that the Browns tied?
He
the
was
Steelers?
salty, but again, that is
anyway,
listed.
let's
in
get
my
back
notes
to
for later.
and this. Okay,
So
so
the
there's three
Indians.
teams.
I
that are,
just
like,
checked. The Indians clinch with either a win or a
yeah.
loss
Yeah.
by
with Minnesota.
Yeah.
And the AL Centrals. I mean, the AL is pretty much decided, to be honest. Seattle's 11 games out of the lead and 8.5 games out of the. I was really sad when I saw. I was like, "Come on, Mariners, please."
Come on,
dude.
come on, you can do it. You can do it.
Come on,
you
if
can
you're
do
in the NL, you'd
But,
actually have a legit chance. Like if you're in the NL West, for example, instead of the
I'm
AL West.
actually quite okay that the Mariners didn't make it. 'Cause
Well, yeah, you have that one. Yeah, the Mariners fans really did treat.
we
you badly.
had bad history with the Mariners fans where they thought it would be a fun idea. It was a Mariners Red Sox 3-game series. Rafael Devers was making his MLB debut. He now sucks, batting .220 with those 22 MLB league leading errors. But they thought it would be fun. Like, we're just sitting here, we're rooting for our team. We're not saying anything mean. They're chucking beer cans at us and throwing popcorn. So now I'm just like, I don't
Like
really
full
want
beer
the
cans
Mariners
too, right?
anymore.
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
beer cans too.
God. Well, anyway, the NL wildcard race is insane. I mean, Colorado's 0.5 games up. The Cardinals and Dodgers are tied. Arizona is only 3 games back. The Philly is only 5 games back. Those are the only ones that are really in contention right now. I mean, the Nats and the Pirates. I mean, I don't know because
Well, the Pirates this year were supposed to be nothing. They weren't supposed to be a good team, and I just think the fact that they are sort of doing well is
their
surprising.
pitching is really good.
Now, I wish
It's
the
their
Giants
offense
had
that's
done
tanking.
better. I really wish the Giants had done better because in their last, they just threw it away. In their last 10 games, they're 1-9.
They're really bad.
Who cares?
I love it because I growing up in Portland, I always had all these arrogant Giants fans who are like, haha, we have 3 World Series wins and we beat you guys twice. I'm like, you know what? Go back to California. We don't need you up here. So when I see the Giants losing, I was like, ha ha ha. You know, it's
Speaking
like
of-
childhood like dreams being realized right now.
Yeah, speaking of arrogant fans, the Dodgers.
Oh,
fans
yeah. I hate the Dodgers
are
fans.
absolutely atrocious.
Okay, well,
and
Dodgers are in LA, right?
Yeah.
So think
LA.
about it. It's just
But
LA
no.
fans.
It's not completely true because Los Angeles has 2 teams.
The Angels are
The
nice
Angels,
fans.
the Angels fans are actually good.
They're
actually
really nice.
legitimate,
they have
nice
2
people.
fans in the MLB too. They have 2 teams.
I
in
met
the
all
NBA.
Yeah,
these.
they
I
have
met
2 teams.
We have 2 teams in the NBA.
They have
Which is the team that people care about, and which is the team that people
So
don't
they
care
care about the Dodgers. They don't like the Angels. Where it's like here, they for basketball they care about the Lakers and about the Clippers.
No one cares about the Clippers.
Like,
So no
pretty
one
much-
cares.
It's like
about
a Anaheim versus Los Angeles thing. It's like everybody in Anaheim's an Angels fan, but people in LA are like Dodgers fans. So it's like
yeah.
So
it's
I
like
was-
the suburbs versus the inner city kind of thing.
I was born
Yeah.
in LA, and I grew up. My dad was, they all lived in Boston, so I had that heavy Boston influence. But
Boston.
I could
Boston.
pick an LA team, but it's really hard because if every one of your family members grow up in the Boston area,
Oh yeah.
and you're
yeah.
born in LA, what's in Boston?
Oh, yeah.
Celtics. What's in LA?
Lakers.
But hey, you're a Celtics
So
fan.
You could be.
I am a Celtics fan. That's because I grew up that way.
You could be a Clippers fan.
No,
And
no,
you
he
have
could.
no
No,
conflict.
he could not.
If my cousins,
You cannot be a Clippers fan.
if my cousins did not like basketball, I would probably be a Lakers fan right now.
Yeah.
That is probably.
Yeah, for me, it's like my top team is the Cardinals because that's like the family team. It's like my dad, my granddad. Going up
Yeah, it
back.
just goes on and on.
And then but the Mariners are like close by, and I'm like, well, I kind of cheer for the Mariners, but I also cheer for the Cardinals. It's like if they face, then I'll definitely cheer for the Cardinals. But if Mariners face another team, I'm cheering for the Mariners.
See, I don't. The teams I cheer for are less based on location, and more based on where my favorite players are. So the NBA, the Wolves are my favorite team, but I love to watch the Celtics play, and this year I'm really looking forward to watching the Kings play. So
Kings.
people are fans.
Your last
weirdly.
name.
So here's what I want to get from y'all. What are your World Series predictions? Who's gonna win and how many games over who?
Okay, whoa. I probably would have maybe 3 or so possible outcomes because I don't want to just go ahead and throw a team in there because I'm biased towards the Red Sox.
Yeah.
The Red Sox are going, I'd be like, hey, Red Sox are going to win. They're going to take some random team and win. But I want to just put out here that I think, again, while looking at the wild card and all, I think the Indians do not have a chance.
No.
But
They had no competition in the AL Central. I mean, all the teams there suck, and I would put the Astros and the Athletics against. Those are the 3 top teams, in my opinion.
Yeah.
In the AL, because those would be the 3 teams that compete for it. Because the Oaklands have kind of risen from the ashes. I mean, it's the same thing with the Cardinals. I mean, back in August, July. We were nothing, but then we went out and had a 21 win August, one of the best months of all time, really. And now we're back in it.
Yeah.
And so,
in my opinion, being completely honest, I think that the Astros in their last 10, they're 8-2, which is shit for me. But in their past few games, they haven't shown. They lost their last game to the Diamondbacks. And they're I feel like they're coming to the point where they could be on a cold stretch. And if that happens, the A's are heating up.
they're going to take over.
And they could take over. And then I think with the way the A's are now, with Crush Davis leading them and Marcus Semien and all those people, I think they have a chance to go deep. I don't think they have a chance to go to the World Series, but I think they have a chance to go to the ALCS.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then lose to the Red Sox.
So you're down for the Red Sox.
Could be.
You think they're gonna win it all?
I don't think they're going to win it all.
I think you're going to. I think they're going to.
And here,
I think they're going to make a deep run.
And here is why. I think it's going to be, and I'm being completely honest, I think it's going to be Red Sox Brewers. Because
really?
I just want to. So the Brewers, right? They're one game back of the first place Cubs.
Yeah.
I hate the Cubs, so I wouldn't want to play the Cubs anyways. And they're heating up right now, and I think again they have a chance to overtake. If they overtake and stay in, they surprisingly this year have good relief pitching.
Yeah, that's weird. Josh Hader was good, but now he's kind of meh.
Yeah,
but they had other guys too.
But their offense is just insane with Christian Yelich underrated. Lorenzo Cain, I wouldn't say he's underrated. I'd say he's in the middle, but he's had a great season.
Rated.
He's just rated. We're gonna call him that.
Yeah.
And they're just Travis Shaw.
Yeah.
They put him over, and he's batting 240, but he's still got.
Right.
He's a power hitter. They have that Jesus Aguilar who's in the home run derby.
The match
He's
ball.
got so many homers,
Match
and
boy.
he's batting like 280 or something. They get all that for offense. They can probably power through. I'd say they could take down the Rockies.
Oh yeah. Well, I just want to add one thing too is that Cardinals have taken all these rookies that nobody thought shit about, and they've turned them into like really good players.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to pull up Jack Flaherty's stats real quick. He's been like on fire recently. Let's see, Jack Flaherty. Like Jack Flaherty, this guy, he came up last year. Like his first game, he gave up like 3 hits, like 5 hits in an inning. I was like, okay, this guy's done. But so far, he's had a 2.86 ERA. The only reason that he has a lackluster winning record is because sometimes the Cardinals' offense has been dormant. But now he has a 1.063 WHIP, which is really good. Like any WHIP under like 1.225 is like 1.25 is like good. But anything under that is like
to
really
help with people who have no clue what we're talking about, like Dave, who's just over here imitating.
Yeah,
I
cringy dance
do
moves.
know what the whip is. Walks and hits
Whip?
per inning pitch. I
Walks
do know
and hits
that.
per innings pitched.
ERA, of course, everybody knows that. That's like the marquee stat of pitching. And then they have a K9, which is strikeouts per 9 innings of 10, which is like more than one strikeout per inning, which is pretty good.
See, to me, a K9 is a dog.
Doge, like picks.
Yeah.
Little picks. And strikeouts to walk is 3.23. That's pretty good. I mean, he's just kind of come out of nowhere too. Same with like Miles Michaelis. He played in Japan for 3 years. We get him over in spring training. He sucks. We're like, God, what's the Cardinals doing? And now he's just really good.
Nice.
He was an all-star. He was an all-star. Yeah. I think. Yeah, he was definitely an all-star. Never mind. What am I talking about?
And then Jose Martinez has been fire.
Oh yeah, and then I want to talk about also like Harrison Bader has been like pretty solid too. Like his defense is good. Like I've always seen him make these like really good catches, and he's come around in offense. This guy Pena kind of is like starting. I think he's going to be our new starting catcher behind Yadi, because Yadi.
How do you have a starting catcher behind someone?
Oh,
Come on.
Sorry.
Come on.
The starting catcher.
You're number two in the depth chart.
When Yadi fades, then Francisco Pena is going to take over because Carson Kelly sucks.
How old is Yadi?
Yadi's like 35, but for a
How's
catcher,
he still catching? Yeah.
Yeah, I know. He's
Don't
taught for
catchers
15
usually
years.
burn out by like 25?
Yeah. Like catching is a really demanding position.
I mean,
yeah, I
you're
spent
just
some
told
time
to squat the whole.
I know.
So I used to play baseball, and I spent a lot of time playing catcher.
Same.
And let me tell you,
it sucks.
like it was my favorite position, but it hurts.
Yeah. Like after the game, like after catching, I'm just like my legs are dead.
I wasn't
My legs
because
are
I
dead.
never got to like catch for more than 2 innings.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
we always had a better catcher. I was a terrible catcher.
Yeah.
But there was this one pitcher who would not throw for any other catcher, and he was really good. So I always got to catch for him.
Nice. He's just like,
I
you're my
played
man.
catcher, I believe, in like first or second grade, just starting out. And instead of having to squat, you just like stand up on your knees and catch.
Oh, yeah.
So I had like a
Wasn't
nice
it still
fun
T-ball?
time.
Oh, you know
First
what's
and
funny?
second?
It was like I remember.
I
it was
played
like,
in Hawaii, and they're serious about it.
Okay,
so
fair.
I
it was
remember-
weirdly enough. I find it stupid that first and second graders can still have kids throwing on the mound. I think that's
Wait,
stupid.
really?
Yeah, they throw
That's
underhand,
wrong.
but they're still throwing. I think that's
What?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Just gets to like the coach.
I
to,
know.
Like, pitch.
And I hear,
Or
I
like
came here, I'm
T-ball.
hearing, and I was like, oh, your coach just pitches to you underhand? Oh, we have kids do it. And people are so confused.
It's like,
just
huh?
Yeah, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah. Like I remember, one time I actually like caught the ball physically, and everybody like cheered, like in farm ball, and I was like, huh? What's going on? I did my job.
Yeah.
Why is everybody cheering?
Oh, that
You know?
reminds me of Tilden. Oh my goodness, Tilden softball, absolute shit. I played on it for 2 years. We got our first win ever.
Really?
That's impressive.
Wow.
First win ever against Churchill. Again,
So
impressive.
you guys are like the
They're the
Cleveland
best.
Browns.
They're the best school.
Yeah, no. So Tilden Middle School, where we
Well,
went.
not Churchill. Frost.
yeah.
What was it? Frost.
Yeah, Churchill's a high school. I was.
Yeah, the school that goes into Churchill.
Yeah,
That starts
Frost.
with an F.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Robert Frost.
But Tilden sports, you don't understand. The worst sports.
Really?
I ran Tilden cross country one year. We lost all 4 meets.
Really?
It was like the craziest thing ever, or actually in 8th grade, the craziest thing happened. The girls' basketball team went undefeated. 4-0. 4-0.
Wow. 4-0.
But you know it's hilarious because I watched them play, and they didn't know how to play basketball. Just
oh boy.
They knew how to. They didn't know how to play basketball less than other people didn't know how to play basketball.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's
Yeah,
I remember
very
like my
interesting.
old school. It was Lake Ridge, and we sucked at football because we didn't have actually a
Lake
football team.
Ridge. What's
Oregon.
Lake Ridge?
I know
Oregon.
it was an Oregon
I know.
school. It was an Oregon school. It was like there's a lake next to our like neighborhood,
And
so
you
we
were on
called
a
it Lake
ridge?
We were on a ridge.
Anyway.
it was a ridge of like 5 feet. So anyway, continuing on, we were really good in boys cross country.
Mhm.
So I was
Nice.
like number 6, and I was like okay,
Yeah.
but everybody else was like insane.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm finally good now, yay! And like I was like okay,
Yeah.
because like we were like top in the state.
Speaking of cross country, I just want to plug our high school's team. Okay,
WJ.
Walter Johnson, the girls team,
Oh yeah, we're
has
good.
won 5 state championships in a row.
Consecutively. Yeah.
In a row.
Yeah.
We've had at least one girl go on to run D1.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah. Don't bring names into this.
Sorry.
Hopefully no one heard that.
Well, she's pretty
So,
well known.
she's
anyway,
fast.
So.
Yeah. And then the girls team is just so good. They train harder than the guys do. We can
Yeah.
admit that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They're more together. They're just great. Anyway,
Yeah. No.
baseball. Let's wrap it up and move into football.
Okay, one more thing. I want to talk about Crush Davis here. Let's see. I mean, this guy, he's just like insane. I'm just trying to spell his name right to look up his stats, but I just okay, Khri. Okay, here we go. This guy, he's batting 251, but an 876 OPS, which is like pretty good. 42 homers already, right? That's insane. 111 RBIs, 546 slugging, which is like insane. Like he was 22 in the MVP voting last year. This guy, I think he's also really underrated. I mean, compared to the other Chris Davis,
I'd rather be Crush right in this situation because Crush batting 250, right?
Yeah.
It's still pretty shit. But then you go to Chris Davis, the
Oh,
bad
yeah.
one, batting 150. Yay!
I don't know anything about baseball, but let me just take a wild guess. Does he play for Baltimore?
Yep.
Of course.
So let's
He's
see.
one of their best players.
How about them?
And
How
also-
about them Orioles?
Apparently, also he was like one of their blockbuster trades too. It's like we got Chris Davis, and it's like no.
Yeah. Also, one thing I just want to recap: we asked this question in the last podcast. Now we can answer it officially. The Orioles did lose 100 games before the Red Sox won 100. Let's just give it up for them Orioles.
It's funny. I
Congrats.
tweeted out like a poll, and people thought the Red Sox were going to win 100 games more than the Orioles.
You put that on like
A Red
you
Sox
put
thing.
that poll as a reply to like a Red Sox tweet.
Oh,
well, that's the
really?
only way I
I
could
put
get
a
like.
poll on my Instagram.
What do people say?
So I had 400 people take the poll,
What did they say?
and 285 said that the Red Sox would get to 100 first.
Okay, well it didn't happen.
Well, it didn't happen.
And the other ones
So-
were like, oh,
Always assume teams will suck harder than the teams who are good will have success.
also
Most of the people who voted that the Red Sox would win 100 first were Orioles fans who probably just didn't want to admit
Yeah,
the fact
yeah.
that their team
that there is
sucks.
local bias here.
Mhm.
Well, and also I want to point out that Chris Davis this is not
Which
new.
one?
The bad one.
Okay.
Like Chris Davis, he's been sucking for the past couple of years too. I mean, in 2014, the year that the Orioles were really good, they won 96 games. He batted 196. Just let that settle it. 196 under the Mendoza line, and now he's batting 175. And everybody's like, "Oh yeah, he sucks." And I was like, "He's been sucking before."
Well, let's just say something
You know?
right here. The Mendoza line is like 220 to 230. When you're under 200, that's just like...
No, the Mendoza line is 200. It's
Really?
200. Yeah, it's 200. It's like, yeah, no, because like 230 is like bad, but it's not unforgivable. But like the Mendoza line is like, if you cross the Mendoza line, you're unforgivable.
Yep.
You should be cut.
All right. Anyway.
Anyway.
Moving on to football.
Yeah.
So we don't know that much about football because our football expert is not here.
I know college,
but he
but
has
not
told
NFL.
us a few things.
Yeah.
So what we've got. What I want to talk about first, the Le'Veon Bell situation.
Okay, guys, listen up. Guess who picked him number 1 overall for his fantasy
Number
team?
2. Number two overall.
Did I have
the
second
first
pick?
I had
Who
the
did you
first
pick?
I took Saquon Barkley.
Oh, okay.
I was riding high on a rookie's potential.
I forgot who I took.
You took Antonio Brown, maybe?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I
John.
took AB.
Speaking of fantasy, go ahead and join the Wisconsin Weed Whackers Fantasy Hockey League.
Oh yeah. You told me about that. Let's do that.
Yeah, you got to join the Fantasy Hockey League. None of us have any idea what we're going to do.
I actually have no
Ethan.
clue. This is the first time I've done fantasy hockey.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I've never done before.
But yeah, so Le'Veon Bell. Okay, he is a really good running back for the Steelers. He's quite possibly the best running back in the league. But
He was non-existent.
he wanted a massive contract extension with the Steelers.
all the money.
He didn't get it. The Steelers put him under franchise tag, which apparently means they can bring him back for a year. They did it again last year. Last year, he held out from training camp. He went in rusty, okay? This year, not only did he hold out from training camp, he held out of week 1, and there are no signs that he's coming back anytime soon.
What a pity.
So, what I've heard from our football guy is that if he doesn't come back by week 11, he's not eligible for free agency. So he'll be back by then.
Oh, God.
But I don't think...
What a petty asshole, honestly.
Yeah. Like, come on, dude. You are getting paid millions of dollars to go out there and run a football.
Yeah, right.
Like,
a little.
If you're
ball
not
of
gonna show
air.
up, like the least you could do is show up and donate the money to charity.
Man,
He's literally giving up almost $1 million a week.
Despicable.
That is-
honestly, that's despicable. Honestly,
It's-
What Kawhi Leonard did this year with sitting out all but 9 games, even though people said, like, at least he had an injury, even though he got medically cleared to play.
yeah.
At least he got an injury, so that was kind of justifiable. He gave up like something like $40 million when he said he wanted out of San Antonio.
Yeah.
But this Lev Bell thing, like, dude, and a lineman, I think it was someone on the O-line, called him out on it. It was, you are making 3 to 4 times what I make.
Oh yeah.
Where are you?
I love that. I love how he called him out. I was
Like, yeah,
yes,
no.
please. Yes.
That is just, you cannot do
is
that.
That is like Antonio Brown has hubris, but Le'Veon Bell, that's just like extraordinary amount of hubris.
Like, what I really want to happen is no one signs him this offseason.
Oh yeah.
Because you look at him and you go,
Right.
okay, well, maybe he's not going to really actually show up for us.
He's a clubhouse cancer. I
But
mean,
then-
come on, you know.
Sticking with today's theme of underrated, here we go. Le'Veon Bell's replacement,
yeah?
Connor, James Connor maybe?
Oh yeah, I've heard of him.
Played for the Steelers. He's a second-year player. He got his first start in week 1.
Huh.
He played better than Le'Veon Bell did the same game last year. He ran for like over 200 yards.
Wow,
He played
That's good.
really well.
that's insane.
He did fumble the ball, which caused the Steelers to end in a tie with the Cleveland Browns. Let's go.
Yeah,
The Browns already...
I mean,
the,
if it wasn't
the
for him, they
Browns,
would have lost.
the Browns do not have a losing record right now. So let's give it up for that.
Give it up for the Browns.
Give it up
already
for my
did.
Browns.
I saw this
You
thing.
don't
that
have
was
a
like,
losing
this
record.
joke was like if they go 15 and like 15 and a half to like a half, they'll still be better than last year. I mean, 15 and a half loss. Well, like losses.
If they have 15 losses now, they're still going to be better than they did last year. So,
Yeah.
hey, they cannot have as bad a season as they did last year.
That's true.
So, Connor's underrated. Another thing, underrated. The Browns' defense.
Yeah, that's true. The Browns
Myles
defense is really
Garrett,
good.
there's a rookie, I'm blanking on his name right now, but he had like 2 interceptions in the first half of his debut,
Yeah.
which is wild. The Browns' defense showing a lot of potential out here. Myles Garrett
Right.
is going to be a generational talent. Mark
Right.
my words, he will win at least one defensive award.
Right.
He'll be a defensive player of the year at least once. The Browns' defense is going to be good.
Yeah.
Here's the question. Will Baker Mayfield get on the field this year?
I think he will.
He's, I think, number 2 on their depth chart. So I
Tyrod
think
Taylor is really good too.
I think once the Browns are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, Hugh Jackson is going to go, okay, get Mayfield in the game, get him some snaps. There's no reason to be holding him out, honestly.
I think Mayfield
I'm pretty
performed
sure.
well in the
Preseason, yeah, he played great. What I really think the situation is it's okay. We paid Tyrod Taylor a bunch of money before we knew we were going to draft Baker Mayfield, so
Right.
we got to justify paying him this money. That's pretty much where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Because Mayfield took enough snaps in his collegiate career. He doesn't need to sit and watch.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold got tossed in with the Jets. His debut, he played fine, which is another thing I'm supposed to talk about. The Jets are actually looking solid. Sam Darnold did start his career with the first pass he threw was a pick six, looking kind of like the Browns.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
But then the Jets ended up playing pretty well.
Nice.
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know just how well. But it's wait, does Odell play on the Jets or the Giants? I feel like he's on the Giants. These New York teams, man, I can't keep straight
Odell.
these New York teams. Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, everyone knows about Odell.
Oh yeah.
I was bringing this up
he
the
also
other
wants
day.
to pay all the money.
Yes, he does want all the money, but he is the guy in football. He's one of the guys that everyone knows and everyone calls by their first name. Every sport has like one or two guys.
LeBron.
It's LeBron and Giannis
Yeah.
in basketball. Who's it in baseball?
Who is in baseball? JD. I mean, everybody says JD. I mean, but let's see. There's not.
Is there anyone?
I mean, I'm kind of blanking on people.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. I mean, is there any hockey? I mean,
But yeah,
Yeah,
a lot of
that's
sports have a guy who
that's probably the problem with baseball is we don't have that one
Has a
guy.
guy who's what again? I'm blanking.
has a guy who everyone calls by their first
I was gonna
name.
say Mike Trout, but Mike. You know, I mean,
I think I know. Harper.
well, that's his last name though.
Well, they call him Bryce.
Yeah, everyone
That's
calls
true.
him Bryce.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Man,
probably that's
everyone's
probably
like,
the
oh,
most
Bryce
we
is
have.
having such a bad season
That's
this
true.
year,
That's the one.
and he is.
Yeah. I think that's the problem with baseball.
But it's not really a bad season. I think if you split it up into halves, first half shit, second half
decent.
yeah.
But that is a thing about baseball. They don't have that name recognition of
They don't
stars
have
anymore.
that one guy who's like.
They used to have. It used to be like Babe
there's-
Ruth. You know,
Yeah.
anyone could tell you about Babe Ruth. A lot of
Yeah.
people could tell you about Derek Jeter. But now you go up to someone, you ask them, "Hey, name an NBA player." Everyone knows LeBron.
Yeah.
Name an NFL player. Everyone knows Brady. Everyone knows Odell.
Yeah.
Name a hockey player. I don't know what it's like outside of this city, but
Ovechkin.
in this city, in DC, every single person knows about Ovechkin.
So it would
even
be,
my chem teacher.
it would be
Who is
Ovechkin or
She has-
Crosby. Definitely. Ovechkin or Crosby. They
Yeah.
probably call those by the first name. I hear a lot of people saying Alex, but since many people here hate the Penguins, you don't really hear people saying Sid the Kid much. That's his nickname, Sidney Crosby. So
Right.
Yeah.
they say that a lot when they're addressing him outside of Washington because everyone
But yeah.
hates him here.
Oh.
So name recognition is a big thing.
Yeah.
In like other sports too. In soccer, Messi.
Messi.
Everyone knows Messi. Ronaldo. Everyone knows
The
Ronaldo.
Messi-Ronaldo rivalry is like huge.
What about
Rolling on the
Luis
ground.
Suarez?
Everyone knows Neymar,
Neymar.
Mister. I'm gonna take a roll around on the ground.
Neymar takes a
Who's
tumble.
Neymar?
Neymar
They
takes
see
the
him
tumble.
rolling. They hate him.
Oh god.
In running, everyone has heard about Bolt.
Yeah.
A lot of people know about Farah.
And Prefontaine. I mean, everybody knows about Prefontaine.
Yeah.
He's like
I don't.
He
I
used to
honestly
be.
don't.
Well, he
I
was
don't know
like,
who that
in, like
is.
the 70s. So.
Yeah, but he was like the start of Nike and Oregon and like the Nike Oregon
Yeah.
project and like the
See,
Nike.
my thing
Anyway,
is,
you've
Oregon.
heard
I
about
don't-
Bolt.
I don't follow running. I don't really
But
watch
even
running at
if
the
you don't,
Olympics.
even
unless
if you
it's
don't, you've
Usain.
heard about Bolt, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, Bolt.
Everyone knows Usain Bolt.
I mean, his name, Usain Bolt.
Yeah,
he
it's
bolts
perfect.
to the
just,
finish line.
Just
It's
the
like,
fact that
he was
he's
born
lucky
for this
enough to
run.
have his last name be Bolt.
Yeah, I'm
Living
waiting
in
on the.
Jamaica. That's insane.
I'm waiting on the kid whose first name is like I, but spelled like EYE or
Oh,
like
yeah.
AYE and then run. RUNN.
I run.
I run.
I
or
run.
something.
Oh,
Her
I
last name
also,
is Sprint. I don't know.
I also want to talk about the 2018 Texas Longhorns. They suck. Like,
Okay.
honestly. They were playing against Maryland. I was watching this game, and I was
Oh,
like,
shit. I remember that.
they were playing
Oh,
against Maryland.
man.
I was like, Maryland sucks. Like, it's not like Maryland's good. It's that this guy, the quarterback, he's already thrown like 2 interceptions and 4 touchdowns. And I'm like, Sam Ecklinger, you're kind of like you're a good athlete and all, but you can't throw for shit. He can't. He actually is terrible. Watching that game, I was like, is this a college game or is this a high school game? Because honestly, it was a really badly played game. Oh, and also on their other rival, the Sooners, people are projecting the Sooners to be better than last year, which I find kind of interesting. With the Kyler Murray, like Baker Mayfield's a better passer. But Kyler Murray has more like athleticism with the running game. He's a better runner, that kind of thing. We also have a lot of returning stars from last year. Anyway, I just wanted to say that.
Well, now that we're getting out college football, I gotta complain real quick.
Oh yeah.
Duke just got devastated by injuries.
Oh yeah.
We just lost one of our best defenders for the season
the New York
with
Mets.
something in his hip.
Yeah.
And then Daniel Jones, our quarterback, who's really good, broke his collarbone. He's going to be out at least a month. So yeah, that's me right now. Sad.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see. We started out strong. We were 2-0. We look good, but who knows if our backup quarterback
Weren't you
is
guys
even
like 4-0
taller.
and then 4-4 and then
Last year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went like 5-0 and then we were like 5-6
And
and
then you
we
went
finished
to
6-6.
the
And we won a bowl game.
the Quick Lane Bowl.
Yeah.
The Quick Lane Bowl.
Anyway.
Quick Lane Bowl.
A couple other things I have. Tyreek Hill and Pat Mahomes on the Chiefs
Hill is
are
good. I have him on my
apparently
team.
really underrated. People are thinking the Chargers are going to go out, they're going to win their division, and the Chiefs went in and just crushed the Chargers. Went through them.
Right.
So that's something to look out for this year. The game of the week to look for tomorrow. The Patriots are playing the Jaguars.
Yeah.
That's going to be big because
That's
the Jags.
That's a rematch of
I
the
guess
AFC.
it's AFC Championship rematch. Yeah, the Jags have the best defense in the league. I got them on my fantasy team.
No, that was
and
your
the-
main thing. Your main stick. You got the Jags.
I got the Jags D and I got the Vikings D. There's only 4 of us in this league.
I got
so
Eagles
it's-
D. So
I have the Chargers D.
Don't you also have like the Patriots D?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the bad pick.
Chargers D, not that.
Yeah,
bad.
wasn't that auto draft for
Chargers
you?
is okay.
Didn't auto draft get you like 4
had
different
to,
Patriots
yeah,
guys?
I had to. I didn't mean to. My app kept on crashing over and over and over, and I'm like,
That's
I'm
annoying.
just gonna put it on auto pick and hope for the best for
Yeah.
the remainder. And I'm just like, fine.
Yeah.
College NCAA.
I got
Miami.
Yeah.
Savannah State. Who's ever heard of Savannah State? No one.
oh, no.
Nobody.
Final score 77-0. Yay!
Yep.
Actually, that wasn't the only.
That's worse than the Bears. in
Last
the-
week, that wasn't the only
way
one.
back
It was
to 73-0 in the Super
Lamar
Bowl.
and Texas Tech last week, also 77-0.
Yeah, also 77.
Oh,
what are
yeah.
the odds of that? Having 2 teams.
And it's not even that. There was another team. That was week 2. In week 1, there was another team who scored 77.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's the deal here?
Yeah.
What's with all the 77s?
It's all the mid-major colleges.
But my question, the
big
final score
power
of that game was
colleges.
the final score of the game in week 1 was 77-31. How do you give up 31 points if you
I
got an
know.
offense that can
Good job,
score
Ohio
77? That's an L.
Good job, Ohio State.
Yeah. So
No, I don't like Ohio State.
that Pats Jags game is going to be good.
We planted the flag on them, so it's all good. Planted the flag on the right. So yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got for football. I don't know. What do you got for hockey?
Um.
And then we'll wrap it up.
See,
Got
the
anything,
thing
Ellie?
is with hockey is if we're going with underrated players, there's Max Pacioretty. You guys have no clue who this guy is. He just went to the Golden Knights after a long, successful career with the Canadians. Ouch, I dropped
That means
my
the Golden Knights are
phone.
going to be bolstered even more than last year.
I know.
And hey, are the Golden Knights going to win it all?
No.
No. Who
No.
is?
Um,
Because it's not going to be the Caps.
I don't think it'll be the Caps right now. The Golden Knights with Nate Schmidt, everyone. He used to be on the Capitals. Now he's on the Golden Knights.
Hey.
Guess who's facing suspension for doing drugs? Totally not Nate Schmidt.
Nope.
And so
Also,
he's
yeah.
going to be a big dent in their defense because now they have okay defense. Oh, yeah. We're going to skip over the Golden Knights because who cares about them? It's Vegas. No one cares.
Everyone
Yeah.
cares about Vegas.
No one cares about Vegas.
Everyone cares about
Vegas is like...
We're going to skip over them.
I mean, I'm down to not talk about Vegas. But
Yeah, we're going to skip over them.
Doesn't Bryce
Eric
Harper
Carlson.
a Golden Knights fan? Bryce Harper's a Golden Knights fan, I heard.
Yeah,
Okay,
And
'cause
all
he's
the
from
Vegas
Vegas.
fans are like,
It's-
how we got Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper
And so
is
is
from
Chris
Vegas,
Bryant,
so-
because Chris Bryant
Oh, yeah.
and Bryce
they
Harper
were
are
friends.
really good friends.
Which I find
both
that-
born in Vegas.
Which I find that ironic, since like Chris Bryant's like the opposite personality of Bryce Harper. He's like like the chillest dude ever, but like they're like best mans at each other's wedding and things like that.
Wow.
Insane. Yeah. Like yeah.
Anyways, Eric Carlson, who you guys have no clue who
I've
is,
heard that name.
one of the best defensemen in all of the NHL, is now on the San Jose Sharks. I believe he signed an 8-year deal or some long-ass deal. And
Right.
one of the other best defensemen in the entire league, Brent Burns, you should search him up if you want to see a good, nice picture of someone with no teeth.
Right.
So he was now in the number 1 and number 2 the top fantasy defensemen for NHL are on the same team.
Well, nice. That's great.
That's nice, right?
That's great.
I'll see if I can draft them both.
Yeah, fat chance.
That's right.
You guys are gonna have no clue.
I'm gonna draft. I'm gonna draft who the system tells me to draft.
What's gonna happen? Your first pick is gonna be either Ovechkin or Crosby, and from there you're gonna be like.
One more quick thing I want to hit before we just finish this. Going back to football, Super Bowl. Can anyone stop the Patriots?
Yep.
Are the Patriots done? Is their legacy over, or are they going to win one more?
Who's
and when is Brady going to retire?
Who's their number 2 quarterback?
I forget, but I think he's pretty good.
Well,
I thought Brady should have retired at the end of last season.
Here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Brady's not going to go out until he wins another Super Bowl. I think he'll go out on a win.
I think he'll either go out when he his injuries take him over, or when he
I think he could play till he's 50.
Yeah.
If he wanted to.
Yeah, it's insane.
Honestly, if the Patriots just invest in a good O-line, Brady can just keep playing.
Yeah.
Just spend all your money on an O-line and some decent receivers and keep Brady out there till he's 50.
Oh.
Also, one thing, the guy who Brady used to play behind after he was drafted getting hurt.
Yeah.
Him getting hurt, they put Brady in the game. That guy needs to be in the Patriots Hall of Fame.
Yes, he does.
Also,
right. I want to talk a little bit about MLS, just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's so the Eastern Conference in MLS is really top heavy with the New York Red Bulls and the New York City FC, and Atlanta United. They're like a team from last year that just that they just founded the team last year. So they've been here for 2 seasons, or 2 or 3 seasons, and they're already top 2 in the league, which is insane. FC Dallas came out of nowhere and just started lambasting on the other teams. Portland Timbers, they were good a couple years ago, but now they're Los Angeles FC and Sporting Kansas City have had a really good rise. Same with Real Salt Lake. The fucking Sounders. Sorry, I'm a Portland fan, so Seattle Sounders I don't like. And Vancouver Whitecaps are right on their tail. So that's just a recap on the MLS. Also, I want to talk about that I think England is overrated in World Cup.
Okay.
Because the only good teams they faced were Belgium and Croatia, and they lost to both of them.
So England is not your city, correct?
It is not my city.
That ought to do it for the podcast. If you're still listening, which you're definitely not, thank you.
Thank you.
Hopefully someday we'll actually get some listeners, but for now we don't have any. We won't see you in the next episode, but we'll still record it. Nice. Have a wonderful day.
All right, see ya.